everyone, Dev Walker here, and welcome back to my channel. Please be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoy travel, lifestyle, and fashion videos. I am back with another video. September is a very special month for me because it is the month that I quit my six-figure job in investment banking to become a content creator. So I am celebrating 5 years of self-employment, and today's video I am going to be talking about 5 things that I would do if, I hope this never happens, I ever had to start at zero. Now, in the last 5 years, I've had the honor of working with some amazing brands such as Delta Airlines, JetBlue, the Four Seasons, Google, AT&T, just to name a few. I have been putting my blood, sweat, and tears into these platforms, and I think I have some good advice on what to do if you are interested in becoming a content creator, whether it be full-time or part-time. So I'm going to do a little makeup, get ready with me, because I do have dinner plans tonight with some friends. So let's get into what I would do if I had to start at zero. Now, when I say start at zero, I literally mean no followers, no subscribers, no metrics, no nothing. Just literally, I am creating an Instagram, a YouTube, a TikTok, and all of the things with no followers whatsoever. And it's actually really interesting because my answer now in 2024 to what I would do if I had to start at zero is definitely not the same answer that I would have given in maybe like 2021 or 2022. These platforms are constantly changing, and now that I have been doing this for almost a decade, I really think that prioritizing which platform you want to make your primary platform is probably the most important thing. Either way, I started with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Skin Base. Very, very amazing moisturizer, followed by the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Makeup literally sticks to this stuff. Now, the very first thing that I would do if I had to start at zero is I would completely rethink my content strategy, and I would focus on creating valuable content. What do I mean when I say valuable content? I mean, lose the Drake, Shakespeare, Nicki Minaj, Jay-Z, whoever else you want to think of. Lose those types of captions and actually focus on giving valuable information. Make people actually want to show your content to someone else. If you focus on aesthetics only, that is only going to take you but so far. Brands care more about information than they do aesthetics. And I know this because they told me. Also, when I say valuable content, notice when you share something with someone, whether it be Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whoever, there's always a share button where you could forward that piece of content to someone else. Think about what makes you want to share that with somebody. Was it funny? Was it triggering? Was it inspiring? Was it informative? There's obviously a reason why you saw this particular piece of content, whether it be this video, and made you say, this person needs to watch this. Those reasons as to why you're sharing something should really spark the same thing in other people when you're creating your content. Now, for my brows, I just use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Genius Serum. It's like edge control for your brows. It really like keeps them in place. And the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pen in dark brown. For my first concealer, I'm using Fenty Beauty Hydrating Pro Concealer. I think that's the name of it. And the shade is 450. I usually go in with this to just kind of like even out my complexion, because around my eyes I am a tad bit lighter than I am on the rest of my face. So this is kind of serving as like a bit of a color corrector. The second thing I would do, which this is something I would not have said 3 years ago, is I would not prioritize Instagram as my priority platform. Now, over the years, I have made Instagram my priority, which honestly to me was a big mistake. If I had to start at zero, I would make either TikTok or YouTube my priority platform, and Instagram would become my secondary platform. Like I already mentioned, I have been using these platforms consistently for a solid 8 to 10 years. And the reason why I would not prioritize Instagram if I had to start over is going to be very simple. The Instagram algorithm is complete trash. I mean, my sweet Jesus, that algorithm, it is just so trash. It is practically impossible for people that follow you to actually see the content that you're actually posting, and it is just a complete mess. There are content creators with over 300,000 followers, and they're getting less than 500 likes on a post. And this has nothing to do with being vain or being self-centered, but if you put years into growing an audience, ideally you want said audience to see what it is that you're sharing, right? Instagram is just like, nope. Not today, sir, ma'am. So I would actually focus on TikTok and YouTube because I know that TikTok is a lot better for growth and YouTube is a lot better for visibility. By the way, the concealer that I just used to clean up my brows is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer in the shade 17. And the cool thing about YouTube is that it actually wants to show your content to your subscribers. Instagram does not. This is the NARS foundation in the shade New Caledonia. Now, before I actually apply my foundation, I spray my brush with setting spray. Jackie Ina actually taught me this trick, so thanks, girl. YouTube actually wants to show your content to your subscribers as opposed to Instagram, which is a complete hater. TikTok actually wants to put your content on the For You page for new people to actually find you. I was only on TikTok for about 1 year before I went viral. I was on Instagram for about 4.5 years before I went viral and actually grew my community to what it is today. And that is why my TikTok following is 4 times larger than my Instagram following. I have 400,000 followers on TikTok and 100,000 followers on Instagram. Mind you, I joined TikTok in 2020. I've been creating content on Instagram since like 2015, y'all. And I'm still not nowhere near where my TikTok following is. So that's why I would prioritize TikTok and YouTube for growth and visibility. And also because YouTube is where the money is at. And to be quite honest with you, I made the huge mistake of focusing on followers and not focusing on the money. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying throw Instagram in the trash, even though I kind of am. But I'm not saying that. I'm saying just don't make Instagram your first priority. Maybe focus more on getting 1 to 2 YouTube videos up per week as opposed to an Instagram post up every day. And the same goes for TikTok. Try to get a TikTok video up like 2 to 3 days a week. Also, another thing, TikTok is not that stressful about consistency. I feel like with Instagram, you really have to feed the machine. And if you go a long time without posting and then you just try to pop back up, oh, they don't like that. You literally starting at the bottom, girl. But with TikTok, you can go 2 weeks without posting and then share something one random day and it can still do well and it can still reach your audience and a new audience. So that's why I am definitely team TikTok and team YouTube before I am team Instagram. Going back in with my Anastasia concealer to highlight my face. Now, the third thing that I would do if I had to start at 0, I would focus more on showing my personality. Now, the reason why I say that is because brands are not buying into products anymore. They are buying into people. Now, let's talk about that for a second. When I say brands are not buying into products, they're buying into people. This is the Fenty Contour Stick in the shade Ebony. What I mean by that statement is brands are more focused on your story as opposed to what you're telling. And that is pretty much the whole reason why influencer marketing is actually able to exist. And brands have pretty much shifted their marketing strategy from commercials to the internet. If you notice, commercials are not what they used to be because people are now paying to not even see commercials anymore. For example, pay a few dollars for ad-free television, for ad-free movies. And people are actually paying for that because no one wants their television show or movie to be interrupted with some commercial. Same thing when scrolling on the internet. A lot of times you don't want to see a particular ad from a brand while you're trying to just mind your business and enjoy your scrolling experience. So now what are brands going to do? They are going to people that you like and that you relate to, aka influencers. And these influencers are people that you like, people that you enjoy, people that you've been following for X amount of months or years. So now the brands are going to them because you enjoy them and you relate to them, and they know that you are going to watch their content and you're going to support them. Why? Because you like them and because you believe in them. With that being said, once I started showing my personality in my content, that is when brands actually started reaching out to me. This is the Fenty Beauty eyeshadow palette in 3 deep neutrals. Love this for basic eyeshadow. So if you are sarcastic like me, if you are a dry humor girl also like me, if you're an extrovert, introvert, it doesn't matter. Show your personality. A really good example of this would be someone like Tabitha Brown. If you don't know who Tabitha Brown is, then you've just been living under a rock, and I 100% cannot help you. But Tabitha Brown did not grow as big as she did just because she was vegan. There are countless vegan content creators out there. She blew up the way she did because of her personality. She won us all over because she was like the mom or auntie that so many of us never had. She has such a warm, bubbly, welcoming feeling to the point where it doesn't even matter what she's talking about. You're going to listen to what she has to say and what she's selling because we just like her. Now that my concealer has been sitting on my face for a little bit, now I'm going to go and blend that in to highlight my face. Number 4, what I would do if I had to start at 0. This one is not talked about as much as it needs to be, and that is collaborate, y'all. You need to collaborate with other creators in your niche because that is an excellent way to A, network, B, grow, and C, just have overall support. As easy as content creators, including myself, may make it look, I'm telling you now, this is not something that you can do by yourself. You will need help. So whatever city you're in, whatever niche you're in, try to find other creators. Try to maybe do some sort of collaboration post together, maybe bounce ideas off of each other, maybe do a photo shoot together, once again, if you're in the same city, or maybe just talk on the phone, vent to each other. I have a lot of content creator friends who I have met right on Instagram, and they are some of my best friends because they really understand my frustrations. And I can vent to my non-creator friends, and they're extremely helpful and supportive, but it's really nothing like being able to vent to someone and talk to someone who actually knows what you're going through. Number 5, I know I actually said this was going to be 5 things, but I changed my mind. I'm going to make it 6 things. Number 5 is going to piggyback off of number 4, and that is using the live feature. Going live and live streaming to your audience is probably one of my biggest regrets, because it's something that I really did not get into until later on. Going live, whether it be on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, it is an amazing way to connect with your current audience. And so many people are mostly focused on getting more followers, and getting more followers, instead of really focusing on and nurturing the followers that you already have. I just went in with a sponge paste to take up any excess of my concealer, and now I'm going to go in with the Milk Hydro Setting Spray to just kind of set that before I go in with another layer of concealer, because I really want my under eye to pop. The next concealer I'm going in with is a little bit brighter than the previous one. This is the Fenty Beauty concealer in the shade 350. I'm just going to dab this under my eye a little bit. I'm not going to let it sit. I'm just going to go right in just to have my under eye pop a little bit more. Number 6, the final piece of what I would do if I had to start at 0 is engage, engage, engage. Now I'm going to go in with my favorite liquid blush by Juvia's Place. It is in the shade Pink Lady. This blush is so pigmented, y'all. I really, really love it. It just melts right into my skin. It's super pigmented and it is literally everything. The reason why engaging is so important is because long gone are the days where you could just pop up on any of these applications and just post and go. You cannot do that anymore, guys. You have to respond to everything. Now, that doesn't mean burn yourself out. If you can't do all of them, then fine. But you need to respond to all of your comments, respond to all of your DMs, even if they just leave you an emoji. Just send like a heart or something. Something that kind of shows that you appreciate their engagement. People are not just sticking around just to follow someone who comes off like a personality as opposed to a person. Now I'm going to set my under eye area with the Fenty Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the shade Cashew. I have been using this for years. I know the girls love Laura Mercier and Huda and all of those things, and I'm sure they're great, but I am just going to stick to what has been working for me all this time. So I love this setting powder. And now I'm going to set my contour with the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Bronzer in the shade Thick Mint, or number 09. Now back to what I was saying about engaging is you don't want people to think that you are just this above all content creator, because nowadays people are stingy with their follow button, girl. They will unfollow you with the quickness. If they feel like you never respond to them or they feel invisible to you, listen, they will unfollow you. And overall, you wouldn't even want anybody who's actually supporting you to feel that way anyway. So that's why I always tell people, respond to most of your DMs. Even if you set aside 1 hour per day to engage with your audience, you can do that. The way you can watch a 1 hour episode of whatever, you can take 1 hour to engage with your audience. And those are the 6 things that I would do if I had to start at 0 as a content creator. The game has definitely changed since I have started. I have been rolling with these platforms for quite some time. I have made a ton of mistakes. Hopefully, if you are trying to start your content creation journey now or next week, next month, maybe you'll watch this video and you will avoid some of the mistakes that I made. Now I'm going in with my favorite lip combo. This is the MAC Chestnut Lip Liner, a tried and true. Love this lip liner. And the lipstick I'm going with is also MAC. It's called Warm Teddy. It's like a nude pink slash brown color. I really wanted Velvet Teddy, but they didn't have it, so I just took this one and I actually really like it. And because I am a gloss girl, I'm going to coat it off with Fenty Beauty in the shade Hot Chocolate. Everything I use today will be linked in the description box below. That looks nice. I'm also going to go in with this pink powder blush from Juvia's Place. It's the Saharan Blush Volume 1 palette. I'm just going to go in with this powder blush to kind of set the liquid that I used. And that is my face. Now I'm going to do my hair, figure out what I'm wearing. I don't even know what I'm wearing to this dinner party. If you have any questions on content creation, being a travel influencer, and all of the things, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I will try to get to as many as I could. And maybe I'll do a part 2 to this video and maybe talk about more things that I would do if I had to start at 0. But these are the main 6 things that I would do. And finishing off with YSL Beauty mascara. They gifted this to me a while back and now I cannot live without it, because as a girl who does not wear faux lashes, nothing against them, I just can't figure it out to save my life. The lash always ends up on my forehead, so I just stopped dealing with it. So now I just go with a regular mascara. This one is actually really, really good. I know I said I was finished, but like I'm really finished this time. The very, very last product I'm putting on before I actually set my face is this Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. As you can see, I am down to like the brim of the brim. This is in the shade Deep 4. I just put this like on top of everything to just kind of bring everything together. And to keep everything together, I am using my favorite setting spray by One Size, the On Till Dawn setting spray. Also a favorite by so many of the beauty girls. And a very important honorable mention, if I had to start at 0, I would say really enjoy the process. There were so many days where I have let these algorithms really play with my emotions and my self-esteem. And I would tell any new content creator to just have fun with it. Just understand that not every post is going to do well. Stop chasing perfection because it will never come. Definitely don't go into it worried about when you're gonna get your first brand deal or how much money you're gonna make. You know, just focus on building community, having a good time, learning the application, learning the algorithm, and just seeing what works and what doesn't work. And more importantly, knowing and accepting that what worked in September may not work in December, and what worked in December may not work in March, and so on and so forth. Be prepared to switch up your content and not get so stressed out with these algorithms. I'm trying to make something out of this hair before I leave this house. But yes, those are the things that I would do if I had to start at 0. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. Drop your questions in the comments about all things influencer and content creation. Every product that I use in today's Get Ready With Me will be in the description box down below. And I look forward to sharing more of these type of videos with you all. And maybe in the next one, I will do a story time on how I became a content creator and how I transitioned from a career in finance to a full-time travel influencer. Until next time, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.